Every time I went back to a builder until I went into a builder by new SML YouTuber who really tell PB. I had the tall Anthony and he had the yeet from SML builder that told me to. It a builder tall. It the tweet builder. Well, at the multiple builder, but tweet the entire builder. Yeah, two builder and one new Tilly. We didn't do the go to military tour. We making that Tilly, and they would be making a PB Twitter builder, a builder about PB. I know how that was, and doing the implementation they did better build for that. Also, yeah, did they what type of twat. So in that builder, we might find out who really killed PB in that builder. So that everybody listen into SML YouTuber who really killed PB. Also on the builder camera.
Who killed Jeffy's sister Phoebe? This is one of the biggest unsolved mysteries in SML. So today, we're gonna go over every suspect, starting with one of the more obvious contenders, Screwball. When we take a look at Screwball, one of the things that he's most known for is being a PDF file with all the different kids in SML, giving him a reason that he could have been one of the people to take out Phoebe, considering that she could have been one of his victims in the past. And he might want her mom to snitch on him. He's done plenty of criminal.
It was that over then he would have retinine 2 ball and would have remember 2 ball. So that's it.
Things to show that he's not above doing criminal acts, like drug dealing, robbing people, and scamming people. So who's to say that he's not above murdering somebody to keep himself out of jail? Another piece of evidence for Screwball being responsible for this murder is the fact that we've seen him work for Nancy multiple times in different videos, and he didn't require a lot of convincing to do so. He had absolutely no problem at all helping Nancy to kidnap Jeffy on his 18th and 19th birthday, and got away scot-free even when he helped her. We even have evidence that Screwball and Nancy knew each other in the past before these videos, as whenever she runs into Screwball after she breaks out of prison on his 18th birthday, she seems to be all too familiar with Screwball, agreeing to hitchhike and work with him, and pay him money very easily despite him seeming like some random dude that she doesn't even know.
You really shouldn't stand on the road. I almost hit you.
Can you give me a ride, big boy?
No, I only take kids.
Oh, really? Well, there's a kid I need you to help me take.
Sorry.
Because of some possible previous relationship with Nancy, it could certainly be feasible that he decided to take Phoebe out after doing some horrible things to her in the past, or at the instruction of Nancy instead. The only thing that goes against the idea of Screwball killing Phoebe is the fact that he's kind of just an idiot, and the crimes he committed aren't on the level of straight up murdering a child. He's often just presented to be an evil idiot that is bad but goofy all at the same time, so he might not be the culprit here. But another character in a similar situation of being a PDF file, but is actually much worse than Screwball, and is way more likely to be the killer, is Mr. Winkle. When we take a look at SML, Mr. Winkle is without a doubt the most prominent PDF file, being a character that's infamous for all sorts of wicked things that he's done. He made his first appearance in SML movie Bowser Jr.'s First Grade Part 2 as the teacher for the kids, and he got himself arrested for calling kids hot, asking for their underwear as homework, and taking pictures of kids on his personal cell phone to share with his friends. Since then, he's made plenty of appearances throughout the years with cameos, strengthening the idea that he's a massive PDF file, and that kids should stay away from him. one of the biggest pieces of evidence that he could be Phoebe's killer is his appearance in SML movie Five Nights at Freddy's 3, where he's shown to be the animatronic Springtrap and the founder of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. Back in the day when the pizzeria was open, he put on the Springtrap costume in order to get close to the kids. But whenever the kids didn't want to get close to him, he got super frustrated and ended up murdering all these kids and stuffing their bodies into the animatronics, leading to the events of all these videos. Because of this, it's not out of the realm of possibilities that he would go above and beyond and actually kill a child, because they didn't do what he wanted. We already know that Phoebe had been one of his victims.
Yeah, what had you done? Look, wait,
as we found out that he is the brother of CJ, and was a cop when Jeffy and Phoebe lived with their mother in the trailer, and abused Phoebe alongside CJ as well. Because of this, it's certainly likely that he could tie up some loose ends, and decide to take out Phoebe, and make sure she won't snitch on him. Mr. Winkle may have been one of the more obvious options, but Nancy is definitely one of the suspects for Phoebe's killer that could make a lot of sense. Nancy, as we all know, is the mother of Jeffy and Phoebe, and while most mothers are protective and caring about their children, Nancy, as we all know, could not be further from that. The first time we ever met Nancy, we only saw her come back into Jeffy's life after she found out that his father had passed away, and because he was Jock's only heir, Jeffy would inherit a massive amount of money when he turned 18. Due to her greed, she tried to take back Jeffy and take him back home so that she could get the money when he got older. We even found out that during this time, she gave up on him in the first place just because she was tired of him, and left him to fend for himself at the apartment building all by himself, leading him to end up with Mario. Due to her greed and selfishness, it's certainly not out of the possibility that she could hire somebody, or do what she needs to do to make sure that a kid's out of her life when she doesn't want to take care of them. But regardless, at a minimum, she takes an indirect responsibility for killing Phoebe, since before she died, she took her helmet to use as an ashtray for her cigarettes. If she hadn't taken Phoebe's helmet and told them to go outside and play, Phoebe could have still been alive that day, at least making her partially responsible for the death of her daughter.
Hey, Phoebe, give me a helmet. Let me eat an ashtray.
Okay.
That's right, you give me that helmet. Yeah. Come on, Phoebe, let's go around playing.
On a more positive note than the previous entries, we have someone that is definitely capable of doing horrible things, but isn't that bad overall. Brooklyn Guy. Brooklyn Guy certainly isn't the most evil character in SML. He even has his own daughter that he cares about, so why or how could he kill Phoebe? He's a character who's had a lot of good things that he's done, but also has had plenty of brief moments where he acts truly despicable. He works as a doctor and police officer, saving the lives of several people, but he also has no problem doing so many terrible things, like being a robber and robbing people, or in SML movie The Free Pizza, where he hits a stroller and thinks that it's a baby and freaks out.
But he has no problem when he finds out that it's a homeless man instead. Moments like this have shown a lack of remorse in various situations.
I'm going to jail. I just killed a baby. Oh, God, please don't be a baby. Please don't be a baby. Please don't be a baby. Yes! Homeless guy. Oh, God, I got so lucky. Okay, let's get back to what
Brooklyn Guy may have also given it away that he could be the real killer of Phoebe, feeling some remorse in SML movie Jeffy's Sister Returns, as he acts pretty suspicious overall throughout the episode. In this video, we see that Jeffy's having flashbacks about Phoebe, and everything that happened between them, which ultimately led up to her death, and Brooklyn Guy acts really weird whenever he tells the story. It might not be a coincidence at all that Brooklyn Guy is the character that appears in the video, and lets Jeffy talk through the whole thing. He might have been the killer all along. It's definitely a low chance of Brooklyn Guy being the killer, but we are missing by far the most obvious candidate for Phoebe's killer. That being one of the worst villains to ever appear in SML, CJ. We first met CJ in SML movie Jeffy's 20th birthday, and he reveals his true colors quite quickly. In this video, we basically watch flashbacks of the timeline timeline of Jeffy's life, with his mother and sister throughout the episode, like how Nancy met Jacques-Pierre Francois and had Jeffy, and also how Nancy got pregnant with Phoebe as well. Through these flashbacks, we met CJ, and we see how he was Nancy's coke dealer,
and how she was often unable to pay for drugs, leading CJ to offer much worse ways that she could pay, asking if he could do some horrible things to Phoebe.
Jeffy for years and years had to watch these terrible things happen, with no way to make it stop, making him way more angry throughout this time. Eventually, CJ came over to the house when Nancy wasn't there and decided to get his way with Phoebe for free, but Jeffy was prepared for this and absolutely beat the crap out of CJ, dragging him around the whole house with a rope around his neck, eventually throwing him out of the house.
What the hell are you doing, kid? Let me go! You're not gonna touch my sister! Don't you come back here ever again, you fuck!
This whole ordeal got Jeffy in trouble, causing him to be punished by CJ and his brother Mr. Winkle, who was a cop at the time. Jeffy eventually got justice against CJ for all the terrible things that he's done against several young girls. But before that time, it's certainly likely that CJ might have thought he couldn't do anything to Phoebe anymore, because he thought Jeffy would attack him. As such, he might have decided to take his own revenge against Jeffy and have a hit and run, killing Phoebe, leaving no trace where he could get caught, especially since his brother was a cop at the time and could get him out of trouble. CJ is overall the most likely candidate to be the killer in my opinion. But what about a character that almost nobody might suspect, but has a very strange coincidence associated with them, proving that they did it all along? Well, that character is none other than Woody, and he might actually be the killer, albeit accidentally. The biggest evidence that we have of Phoebe's killer is that in the video, she was hit by a large truck, which happens to be a white GMC Sierra. This doesn't tell us too much, as that make and model is pretty common throughout the US. But what if I told you that we've seen a very similar truck in another video, and it was owned by Woody? Well, in SML movie Jeffy Loses His Tooth, we see that Mario is trying to help Jeffy's tooth fall out, and he asks Woody if he can drive his car while Jeffy is attached with the string, hopefully causing the tooth to fall out. However, when we see Woody's truck, it is extremely similar to the truck that hit Phoebe all those years ago. This is either a massive coincidence or strong evidence that Woody could have done it.
Okay, Woody, go.
Alright, Mario.
Woody even has other reasons to support the fact that he might have did it apart from the truck. We often see in SML that Woody can sometimes be a little slow and oblivious, not really doing the most thinking in several situations that he's in. This can be strong evidence that he killed Phoebe, as he might have been drinking and driving, and ended up hitting Phoebe and not even remembering it. That being said, it's definitely possible he did it, but I think out of everybody, CJ is still the most likely killer overall. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments below, and while you're down there, make sure to subscribe. It really helps out the channel. And
in the probably in the island, the button that probably island the button, or maybe the button what the driving body did not know that it was somebody in there. People what don't told the tweet, told them probably when they had to drive by, that probably nothing. Probably really nothing. But why would accidentally and then yeet a video about Phoebe without knowing? They also take something about the talk that tell Phoebe yelling. I think they take something about yelling, take something to Nat about, I don't know.
because you already did that, you might as well like the video, and the last thing that I want you to do is click the video on screen. I'm sure you'll love it.
No. Anyway, my president, let me tell you our kind of too.
Phoebe, this is who killed Phoebe? This is the biggest unsolved mystery in SML, and people have their theories on who did it. Some people say that Woody killed Phoebe because Woody drives the exact same truck shown in the video, but other people might think that it was her mom Nancy because she hates Phoebe and would want to kill her. But what if if I told you that I actually found out who killed Phoebe? But make sure to subscribe because I didn't make you wait for a part 2. The character who killed Phoebe was CJ. Who killed Phoebe? This is the biggest.
Serious, centered, and focused. So this video is going to be no different. I think Logan.
This is very.
We have Zombie Phoebe, Roy Get Hard 2, Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies.
This is.
We have Zombie Phoebe, Roy Get Hard 2, Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies.
Text me today and ask me what year, make, and model the truck was that I'm reading with some
Galaxy.
Yeah, whatever people told. Whatever it tells us that will be paid by them.
Perhaps.
So Woody is paid by
I
them.
honestly just don't know because he just texted
Should
me.
been paid by them.
We have Zombie Phoebe, Roy Get Hard 2, Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies.
Text me today and ask me what year, make, and model the truck was that I'm reading with some
Galaxy.
Maybe spoiler alert for Jeffy's birthday.
Yeah.
Oh. See, I understand. People are like, going back.
Jeff the Firefighter. Zombie Phoebe, Roy Get Hard Part 2, Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies, military school Part 2, and then the Junior getting back with Penelope idea I just talked to you guys about. So, Jeffy the Firefighter. We have Cody's new glasses. We have Jeffy the Firefighter, Zombie Phoebe, Roy Get Hard Part 2, Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies, military school Part 2, and then the Junior getting back with Penelope idea I just talked to you guys about. So, we have Cody's new glasses. We have
It doesn't really matter.
Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies.
Text me today and ask me what year, make, and model the truck was that I'm reading with some
Galaxy.
Maybe spoiler alert for Jeffy's birthday. Perhaps. I don't know. I honestly just don't know because he just texted me and said, hey, what was the year, make, and model of this truck in this clip? And I told him, so
Fun.
So maybe he's trying to buy one of those trucks, and then what if that truck explodes? Or maybe he's trying to recreate it, and then Phoebe comes back.
We don't know. Okay. Junior's driving test, Junior's allergies.
That
Hello everyone. Today, Mega.
I mean that. It also lead to make an idea. All I got is that SBT is great, but the Roy one, so Roy will be returning an idea, and that Roy one, he probably would never probably bring back Roy because that was one of Roy, I think, at Yellow, I think.
Like,
Yeah. Every day, they put me like $2 in that bill. Bye.